It's the NFL on EA.
Jason Sanders is out, ready to kick this one away. And away we go from East Rutherford. Xavier Gibson now to return. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. So the Jets take the field for their first drive. And bringing them out, an electrifying runner and a former first-round pick back in 2021, Justin Fields.
There's still lots of people around the NFL that believe that Justin Fields' best football's in front of them. Major believers of him as an upper-tier quarterback. And the reason why, Kate, is he's got physical traits that are just unique and different. He can run it like a running back, and he can spin a football as well. In fact, that running ability is some of the best in the game. But just continuing to build and refine his game as a passer between the tackles, that will be the key to the longevity of his career.
They managed 22 on the rip and a first down.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
Here's Breece Hall on the ground for the first time. Works the sideline inside the 35. And he's finally brought down at the 9. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with first and goal.
Coming off that carry, I'd go right back to him. Not a hotter hand on the field right now. Get that man the rock.
This drive has been excellent. A few shots now. It's starting with 6 as they come up on it. First and goal. They'll run here. It's Hall. And he's brought down, but there's some laundry on the field. Pretty easy call to make. He lined up offsides, and now he gets a talking to from his coach. A bit jumpy across the way there, and that halves the distance ahead of him on first down. Out of the shotgun, Fields. Caught near the pylon. Good gain here as he heads out of bounds.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes second and third down a whole lot easier to manage.
The nose of the football inside the 1. Here's second and goal. An early jump and the flags come in. I think this is going to go against the defense. Broke the plane before the snap, and that's going to give the offense some free yardage. Penalty drops him at the 1, so they've got a couple of shots left at it. It's second and goal. Fields out of the gun. Chased out to... And they take this in for the score. The Jets take a 6-0 lead right away. It's a Justin Fields touchdown. Wow, great work there by the quarterback. The play broke down, didn't really have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise, and in the end brought the best call he could have made.
Yeah, and you can do it in different ways in today's NFL, right? The Tom Brady's just recently retired. He did it with his brain. He did it with his mind, but you've got to be able to improvise, as you said. You got to be able to create when a play breaks down, and when you can put 6 on the board, man, does that infuse your offensive group with confidence.
Point after converted by Zerline. And the Jets will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Zerline has it all teed up and ready to send it away. Washington now to return. And this drive will start inside the 25. So here come the Dolphins as they get set for their debut series. They'll be led out by a proud Samoan and one of your few fellow lefty QBs, Brock, Tua Tagovailoa.
Tua's early career, yeah, it was known for injuries. Maybe not being as durable and as available as you want in a top 10 pick. But the last few years, he's taken great strides to rewrite that narrative. Remember, this was a guy that rewrote the record books in Hawaii, won a national championship at Alabama, and nobody questioned the accuracy of that left arm. It was just the availability, well, that he's had to rewrite, and he's done a heck of a job.
And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Back to the line they go. It's second down. Shotgun snap now to Tagovailoa. He's got Smith.
The goal of that little drag route is to get him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. That picked up a good chunk, and it was nearly a big play.
Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. Out of the gun, Tagovailoa. And that one's too far in front of him, so now they're facing 4th down.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
Here's someone from a family of punters, Ryan Stonehouse, on to punt on 4th. And this one is crushed. Wow, beautiful punt here. That is going to go for 60+. The second drive coming up now for the Jets offense. And so far, they've executed exactly how they drew it up, Brock. Early lead, no points allowed, and a chance now to seize control of the game on their second possession.
And, Kate, generally, offenses love to script their first 10 to 15 plays. Well, this entire game script is playing out just the way they want to.
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. They start the drive with Hall. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
8 yards to go. Well, let's see how they approach this second down. Shotgun snap to Fields. That won't be caught outright. It's incomplete.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Play action, Fields. Complete beyond the marker. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
They're set up at the 35 now. Oh, they're going to run the option to the short side. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
The difference right there, Kate, between that gain and a big hit for a loss, some really quick decision-making. He made a quick read, saw the running back was going to get hit if he handed it, and he pulls it himself for a positive gain.
2nd and 4. He gets it complete to Josh Reynolds. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And it'll give the Jets a 1st down.
It was such a privilege for me to watch Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne in person in Indianapolis do their work. Darrell Jackson out in Seattle, they showed how great a deep out is as a chain-moving play. It's all about getting that leverage at the top of the route and then exploiting the leverage as that ball arrives on time downfield.
Halfway there on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. They go right back to Hall. And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there. Play brought to an end by Jalen Ramsey.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Here's Hall once more. And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27. 2 yards on the pickup. And it's good enough for a New York first down.
Okay, you know me, I can't resist. I thought we might have needed the old Gene Steratore index card down there. Make it a really close measurement to see if he got the first down or not. But in the end, well, the right call was made. He got just enough to move the chains.
On 1st and 10, it's Fields. That's caught. It's Breece Hall. And he has it down officially to the red zone at the 20.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. And with 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
So we're through 1 quarter of this AFC East contest. 7-0 is our score. More from MetLife coming right up. Back now for the 2nd quarter, and the Jets, they have got to look towards that end zone. From the 20 on 2nd down. Escapes the pocket. He tucks it and takes off. And he wisely avoids contact, sliding down there, and that played good enough for a first. That's a pickup of 9. And it'll give the Jets a first down.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play, and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
He's got it! And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Fields looking to throw. Vacates quickly left side. And he's going to have the touchdown. We'll see if he gets to keep this, though, Brock. We've got some laundry on the field. So the refs get him for holding, and that's going to back this offense up. Offense to the line for 2nd down. Here's Fields to throw. That one's incomplete in the end zone. Took his shot at 6 that time. So they're left facing 3rd and long.
I think we're starting to get a feel, aren't we, of why they like him so much in coverage. He reacts well to throws, is super adept at breaking up passes through contact, or like that one before they could ever reach the target.
Fields on 3rd. Drop. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
I know we talk about rhythm a lot when it comes to music, but it's the same thing with a quarterback and his protection. This QB was in rhythm, but they knocked the notes out of him on that one.
So the Jets are going to try a field goal on 4th down, and Greg Zuerlein headed out. This will be around a 33-yarder for him. Bass's kick is good. And that one was hit great. It sails on through without incident.
Well, that's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team was out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
Zerline has it all teed up and ready to send it away. Washington now to return. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. Now we're going to see the Dolphin offense for their second drive of the contest. They now trail by double digits after that last score, Brock. It's 10-0 partway through here. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Tagovailoa now against the blitz. This finds Smith. He's contained at the line for no gain. Quincy Williams making the tackle.
That's just discipline with a capital D. The play in the huddle is a running back screen, but it takes discipline for that offensive line to not get downfield. Discipline for that receiver to stay alert, stay aware that he's a viable option as well.
2nd down carry for Achane. Has good room at the 35. And he's finally brought down just a yard shy of midfield. That goes as a gain of 25 yards and picks up the 1st.
All right, Kate, little confession time. And you know what they say, confession, good for the soul, bad for the reputation. I think my most negative grades carrying out fakes were on toss plays like that. Because you toss it, you know it's going for a big play, and all you want to do is watch it and not carry out your fake.
And he's able to get it past midfield and down into the Jets' side. It's a solid 7-yard pickup on 1st down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3.
That's just a good play to mix up what you're doing and keep that defense guessing. The execution, that's pretty well done too, creating the space for a solid pickup.
2nd and 3 now. Putting a receiver in motion. And the play clock hits 0. This is going to be delay a game. Man in motion wasn't set in time. Just couldn't get a snap away before the play clock expired.
Still 2nd down.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. Tagovailoa now working from the gun. This one delivered off target, Brock. That's incomplete.
Hey, Kate, I know it's unrealistic to expect a 100% completion rate from anywhere on the field. But in this close, you really shouldn't be missing too many throws. Those need to be borderline automatic.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. They go play action with Tagovailoa. Oh, they get to him behind the line, and he loses the football. And this is scooped up by the Jets.
Hey, a normal old stop with 3rd down just wasn't good enough for this crew. Nope, they had to rip the ball away from him literally in an impressive and dominant play that sets their offense up for success.
The Jets out to begin another drive. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43. Throwing now, following the turnover. Fits it through the middle. And he gets this forward to the 19. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the 1st down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play, and keep driving that defense backwards.
From the red zone now. Finds him over the middle. And he'll go down. Looks like they're marking him at the 11.
Okay, one thing I learned from the late, great Mike Leach is, yeah, the system was called air raid, but it wasn't just attacking downfield. His philosophy, and it played out right there, is you have to attack every inch of the field, both vertically and horizontally, without routes or in routes, just like that.
They give on second to Hall. And they bring him down at the 7-yard line. 4 yards on the play, and that picks up a 1st and goal.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that first down look really easy. A lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense, and I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. Now it's Fields. And he's going to take this across. Touchdown, New York. The Jets grow their lead off the turnover. Great opportunity to find a touchdown there, Brock, and they come through with 6.
Receivers want the ball everywhere on the football field. But you start smelling the end zone, they really want their chance. And they will tell you as a quarterback, just give me an opportunity and I'll make a play. And he sure did.
Zerline on now for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Jets take a 3-possession lead. Zerline has it all teed up and ready to send it away. Washington now to return. And this will give them decent field position. The return gets out to the 30. The Dolphins sending their offense back out there. And things starting to get a little out of hand for them, Brock. That last score made it 17-zip. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. Flushed out of the pocket. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Another try following the sack. Taken in by Smith. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
Throwing, here's Tagovailoa on 3rd. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. The Jets take their first time out, as they'll get together and discuss with 4th down coming up. So the Dolphins readying for the punt. Xavier Gipson on to return for the Jets. Absolutely crushed his first punt, and here's another huge one. Pulled in at the 20. And he puts together a nice little return there before they're able to bring him down. Officially a 69-yard punt. What a kick. And it'll be Jets football. First and 10 now from the 30. Out of the shotgun, Fields. And he let his man just a little too much there. That's an incomplete pass.
Defensive coaches in the NFL say it all the time. Limit the big play. Keep these guys in front of you. Well, this defense is going to have to stay vigilant because this receiver, he could take the lid off a defense at any time.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. Back to throw. Here's Fields. Finding Reynolds. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And it's good enough for a New York first down.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Warren's got it, complete. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Another throw for Fields. That's taken in by Wangu. And this almost ended worse, but he gets a yard out of it. It's Kader Kohu up to make that play. Third and just 2 to go. Fields out of the gun. That's caught for the first. And he's going to be drugged down, looks like at that 37-yard line. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs. Just before halftime, we get a timeout. Take it. Greg Zuerlein gonna try to knock this through for the Jets. From the left hash, 54 yards out. And this one had a brief chance, but not a good kick in the end. He misses it. That brings us to the break. The Jets going on a bit of a speed run, it seems. We are flying past halftime and going right to the start of the third quarter. Zuerlein has it all teed up and ready to send it away. Washington now to return. His return gets him to the 32-yard line before he's taken down. The Dolphins getting their offense out there to start off this second half. And this game might be going better if he could have some more time just to work back there. This pass rush has been all over them. Really keeps taking this offense out of any grooves that they've managed to get into.
Okay, I like to say in life there's energy givers and there's energy vampires.
Yeah.
And for this defense, these sacks right here, they're such energy givers. And man, it's like a vampire sucking the juice out of an offense.
Yeah, I love that. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. First down, Tagovailoa to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
Not the first time you said his name today, Kate. No surprise seeing him add a sack to this total. The same nose to the football that helped him recover a fumble earlier, well, it aided him in the pursuit of the QB, and he nearly forced a fumble of his own on that sack right there.
Back to the line they go. It's second down. Trying again following the sack. He's on the move. He's running with it. And he protects himself with a slide there after a decent gain.
You know, that's a situation. May have worked out better if he'd thrown the ball. His running ability gets him a chunk of yards, but still some work to do to get that first down.
And it's a nickel look from the Jets. Third down. Tua off the play fake. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Trying to find Jalen Waddle. And now they're staring at 4th and long. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
And the coverage team is there as he fields it, so almost nothing on that return before he stopped. That punt goes 63 yards. And they'll get ready to go on offense. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Off play action, it's Fields. Bails out of the pocket quick. He's on the move. A flag's down as he stops. Looks like this one's on the offense. A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty. And now we're going to wait to see how they respond. Shotgun snap to Fields. That's brought in by Lazard. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
1st and 10 from the 41. Now Fields. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And it'll give the Jets a 1st down.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on a defense.
New slate of downs to approach here from the 40. Play action, Fields. Escapes the pocket. Now he takes it. Decent yardage picked up here before he slides down to avoid the tackle.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock, you know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm, especially in a situation like that, and it's a good thing you woke up to it, able to make something out of nothing and at least keep them moving forward.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Coming right is Hall. And his drive forward halted after a couple of yards. Jalen Phillips finishing that play off. Just 2 yards there on the carry. They're going to need another 2 now on 3rd down.
Kate, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Complete beyond the marker. And he pushes this down to the 22-yard line. They get an even 10 on that play. And it's good enough for a New York 1st down.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
Fields on 1st down. Cut near the goal line. And that's a New York touchdown. Well, Brock, not much to say other than the fact that this offense on point. They are just clicking today.
Just rolling. I mean, this is clinic. This is what I call teaching tape. Being well prepared and, more importantly, going out there and executing at a high level.
Zerline on now for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Jets make it a 24-point ball game. Zerline has it all teed up and ready to send it away. Washington now to return. Good looking return here, and he's got room. And they'll start this drive in good position, a little shy of the 40. The Dolphins offense ready to go as they take the field. All the touchdowns have come from one side of the field, Brock. They're still looking for their first points of any kind in a game that has gotten out of hand. The Dolphins in pretty good field position here as they come up 1st and 10. Shotgun snap now to Tagovailoa. He's going to loft one deep to the left. And this is going to end up incomplete. He really aired it out there on 1st down, but just couldn't make the connection.
Well, that's a major missed opportunity for the offense and a sigh of relief for the defense. Now you got to adjust a little bit, get some extra help on the back end of your defense to take those shots away.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Tua now from the gun. And he's not quite that fast. Let him just a bit too much. That's incomplete.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Blitz coming, Tua. Sideline throw is incomplete. Should have been intercepted in all reality. Instead, 4th down coming up.
Well, that's like a good peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Takes both to make it work. And defensively, you've got to have that pressure up front. That's peanut butter. And then you'd like to have some jelly, and that was almost a huge play with an interception.
Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. And something on the return, but not much, as it still ends inside the 20. Call that a 64-yard punt officially. And it's going to be their football coming up. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. He'll start this one out with Hall. And he'll bowl his way ahead for a 4-yard pickup.
You know, that's a good run right there to keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Fields looking to throw. Hits him on the out route. And he pushes it up across the 30 before going out. He manages a gain of 8 there. And it'll give the Jets a 1st down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
On 1st and 10, it's Fields. And that one's going to back the offense up just a bit here. He got a major fistful of jersey on that play, and it's going to end up costing him. Looking to throw, Fields. Throw complete to Warren. And he's going to be brought down up at the 28-yard line.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on a throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
Offense to the line for second down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Couldn't connect right side, it's incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
Fields on 3rd. And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down.
There was almost no resistance offered against a rush that came off the line ready to maul anything in sight. It was all the QB could do to get rid of that before he gets absolutely clobbered.
4th down punt upcoming, Brock, and here's Austin McNamara to put his leg into it. He sends this away, and oh, this is going to be a field flipper. Same as a touchback here. Fair catch made at the 20. So no return on that punt. And it'll be Dolphins football. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Okay, the wide receiver is going to get it to begin the drive. And they were all over that reverse. He's tracked down behind the line.
You know, for pitchers, you hear them say, gosh, you got to pitch this guy backwards. For defenses, you got to do the same at times, Kate. You just can't always run it on first. You got to mix in some high-percentage pass plays. Otherwise, you're going to get hit right in the face for a loss just like that.
Here's Tagovailoa. And they take him down, but there's a flag on the play. Well, he had a chance to pull up and avoid the hit, Brock, but we knew the outcome from the moment he decided not to and made contact. That flag came out. Roughing the passer on that last play, and that's always going to lead to an automatic 1st down. Tagovailoa now working from the gun. That one's cut along the left sideline. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down. So we're through 3 here. The Dolphins have it to begin the 4th, and this game, it has been a nightmare for them. He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. They go play action with Tagovailoa. He's throwing deep to the left side. He's got it deep downfield. And he will score. Touchdown, Miami. The Dolphins making the scoreboard look a touch better. Tyreek Hill the touchdown. Well, they definitely wanted to get that one out quick, Brock. They did just that, and it ends in 6.
We hear it all the time, but it is so true, Kate. This is a game about matchups. And when you see a throw that quick, it really was determined pre-snap. It was great design and tremendous execution.
Putting the tight end in motion. Tua out of the pistol. It's caught. And he made the line of scrimmage, but not that goal line. Defense there to shut down that 2-point attempt. Man, just great work by the defense there, Brock. The coverage really forced that throw short of the goal line, and then they got downhill to clean that play up.
I love that word right there. You just nailed it, downhill. You throw it short, you allow those defenders with great speed and tenacity to come downhill on you. No chance for the 2 points.
Sanders all set to send it away. Gibson now to return. And in the end, Brock, an exciting touchback as the return comes out to the 30. The Jets offense now set to take over. And taking a look at these highlights, Brock, just a reminder of the type of game that they have had throwing the football. It really has been the key to their success.
Yeah, they've just not only stayed on schedule here, Kate. Man, they've made some music, right? Great rhythm.
Yeah.
Not just ahead of schedule, but huge plays have followed. We've seen a lot of different looks and wrinkles throughout this performance, and it's been a joy to watch.
First and 10 now from the 30. From the gun, it's Hall. And he'll take this up to about the 34 before he stopped. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 6.
They'll come away happy getting that type of output on most run plays. It's a sign, well, they're getting some good push up front, and this running back is seeing the lanes and paying them off.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Shotgun snap, a give to Hall. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. Give him 2 on the run. That's going to set him up with 3rd and 4.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Fields now on 3rd. He has the first over the middle. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Hall takes it straight ahead. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
Hall gets it again on 2nd down. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
It's got to be so demoralizing as a defense when you go up against a running back who just keeps those legs churning like a piston in an engine, and that effort's contagious. This entire offense is getting a boost when he busts those tackles.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Hall running between the tackles. And he's going to run this down to the 36-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
From the 36. Wilson's got it. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Kate, if there was one throw in the game plan that kept me up at night more than any other, it was an out route versus zone coverage. Because you got to throw it with anticipation, but you also got to make sure those defenders' eyes aren't reading you like a book.
Out of the shotgun, Fields. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
You know, these 3rd and short situations, you rep them all the time. Snap after snap, rep after rep. You're expecting man-to-man coverage in that down and distance, and you're expecting to execute. That time on 3rd and short, they can't get the job done.
And they'll make the stop after a small push to the 34. So the run doesn't get the yardage. It's a turnover on downs.
4th down, you want the ball in the hands of your biggest and best playmaker. In a lot of offenses, that is the QB. They trusted him to run for it, but the defense locked it down in time.
The Miami offense headed out there now. And all game, they have struggled to attack this deficit. Maybe they can do a little window dressing here. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Out of the gun, Tagovailoa. He's on the move. He keeps it and takes off. It's a 23-yard pickup on the play. And it'll be 1st down, Miami.
Man, I don't ever want to be a defensive coordinator. They do so many things right to take away the pass, and then what happens? Well, you get a quarterback that lowers his head, gashes the defense with one of the biggest runs of the game. You take away the pass, but you can't stop the QB run.
Taken in by Smith. And he's taken down at the 30. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down.
Kate, when you watch the combine, you'll watch guys try to make this throw. And without chemistry, it's so hard to execute. That was picture perfect. That's a QB and receiver on the same page because that route, that deep out to the field, that takes just a different level of connectedness.
That's going to be an incomplete pass on the throw to the right. Trying to connect with Tyreek Hill there. So 2nd down coming up.
They would sure love to connect on some of these intermediate throws, those chunk throws. Getting a completion like that, well, not only does it spark your offense, but it just sets you up for even more aggressive play calling.
Throwing again. Here's Tua. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. So now it's going to be 3rd and long. So they opt for the shorter pass later in the progression on that play, Brock, but man, the defense took that away too.
Well, what they tell us yesterday in those production meetings, nothing comes easy. No easy completions from shots down the field to those checkdowns to the running back. Wanted to make this offense earn everything, and they just did.
Near the sideline, Waddle's got it. And he goes out of bounds after getting them to the 7. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. From the red zone now. Escapes the pocket. And they bring him down, but there's a flag on the field. So the refs get him for holding, and that's going to back this offense up. Again, it's Tagovailoa. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on 1st down.
Well, you certainly want those throws to be automatic. Every team, if you're going to be efficient, you got to hit those passes in the short to intermediate zone to effectively move the ball in this league.
So the incompletion on 1st, here's 2nd and goal. Tagovailoa off the play fake. Throw right side, caught by Smith. And he works this to the 15 before they make the stop.
Well, that's a modest little drag route, but if you ever just need a safe, short gain on a throw, that's a go-to route to target.
A dose of the hurry-up offense here. On 3rd and goal, it's Tagovailoa. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. Good pressure from the defense there has them trending in the wrong direction.
Kate, I can already read the headlines tomorrow. This offensive line can't protect. This offensive line. But it's more than that. When you give up 5 sacks in a game, it's a complete breakdown of everybody offensively. Play caller, quarterback, offensive line. Yeah, they're going to have to regroup and figure out how to protect this quarterback first and foremost.
3 plays haven't gotten it done. Now a 4th to try to reach that end zone. Shotgun snap now to Tagovailoa. And on 4th down, that one won't work. It's incomplete. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense.
Hey, I get it. It's already over. But go down swinging. Unfortunately, that play, like so many of them today, Kate, has been pretty indicative of how this contest has gone.
drive will start out with a 1st and 10. They'll go right side with Hall. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Good rip on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 2.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Here's Hall. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped. Pickup of 2 here. And it's good enough for a New York 1st down.
Hey, Kate, you want to see a picture in the football dictionary of staying on schedule? That was it.
Ball at the 33 for 1st down. It's Hall on the carry. And he's brought down after a short gain. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7. So the win goes to the Jets. This was a game they had circled a long time ago, Brock. You bring a division rival into your building, you want to make a statement at their expense and get that W.
We know it's not just an axiom, right, that it's so hard to win any game in the NFL. It is. They're difficult to do. But a division rival in your own building, it almost feels like a must-win, and that's the juice they played with today.
And with Brock Heward and our EA Sports crew, I'm Kate Scott saying so long from this one. It's a well-earned win for the Jets as we say so long from New York.